Hey everybody, Absolute Sniper back with a topic that is always coming up, especially on the forums, and that is toxic chat. Now, toxic chat is something that everybody that plays Blitz will experience from time to time. The question is though, why is everybody so salty? Well, for starters, let's look at why players will start spewing salt at somebody in game, and it's not too hard to see. Players almost universally have a trigger to start raging at their team. They died. That's it. Nothing special other than that. They just died. Once they lose that last little bit of hit points and see the smoking remains of their poor decisions displayed on the screen in front of them, they tend to flip around and look at the remaining players and find somebody to hang that blame on. From there, they're going to start throwing their tantrum. They're going to think it's your fault that they drove their tank into a terrible position and got promptly deleted. Prepare for the incoming salt from these players. They will tell you how to play your game. They will tell you how ignorant you are. They will tell you what you should have been doing, what you should be doing, yada yada yada. The next stage of this phenomenon happens when the next potential salt slinger dies in the game. In these cases, they don't need to look for somebody to blame, since that person's already been identified and provides an easy target for their rage. They start to pile on with the complaints and start with the name calling and just the general vitriol. Now this can continue even more as more of the team starts to die off, and it's actually pretty interesting to see the mob mentality at work. They begin to come up with inventive ways to make sure you know exactly how they feel. Sometimes even the Reds will get in on the action. That's always entertaining to see. You'll see a lot of the standard insults. They'll call you a coward, a moron, and several various attempts at profanities typed in ways to just bypass the chat filter. Some of them are actually pretty resourceful. So you're gonna catch some flack and you're gonna catch some salt while you're out there. So what can you do to combat this? Well, for starters, the short answer is to completely ignore it, and here's why. These players that are spewing salt at you have no idea what you were doing before they decided to pull out sideways in front of 3 enemy tanks. They have little to no map awareness at all, and oftentimes they don't know the map meta or the tank roles, and most of them honestly struggle to win more games than they lose. They feel like getting wrecked cannot possibly be their fault because they are the best players in their own minds. That false sense of superiority is clearly outlined and called the Dunning-Kruger effect. If you don't know what that is, I encourage you to Google it. It's pretty simple and straightforward, and it will explain a lot of what you will see when it comes to toxic chat. So now we know why these players want to act this way, and the only thing left to do is kind of to show them the errors of their ways. Now, a lot of times you're gonna want to fire back. You want to call them names. You want to lash out. You can't do that. If you do it in the chat, you're only setting yourself up to get more salt thrown at you and completely validate their opinion by stooping to their level. You have to show them with your in-game performance. Let the battle results screen do every ounce of the talking for you. If you are firing back, the point will be missed, and they will simply think that it was still your fault and that you just got lucky. But when you can put together a win, when you can carry their sorry asses across the finish line, hopefully 1 or 2 of them are going to take a look at that afterwards and realize that maybe what they were doing wasn't quite the right thing to do. And occasionally you'll even have somebody hit you up after the game and apologize. That's a rarity. Don't expect that to happen. But also, don't let toxic chat get under your skin. If you let it get under your skin, you're letting them get the better of you. And honestly, you should be better than that. That's all I've got on this topic. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Absolute Sniper, signing out.